it's alright, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine.
Guys, I'm next.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys. It's a bye-bye.
Like, oh, I wish I could just go back and just hug that broken person that I was a year ago. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of like a single mom chit chat, a little bit of a Q&A. I asked you guys just like an hour ago on Instagram to ask me whatever. This is gonna happen the whole video, so I'm not gonna have a cute background, but that's okay. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me a couple of questions just like an hour ago, so it's not gonna be a whole Q&A, but just single mom related questions. So I'm gonna go through and answer some of those. So first of all, I'm filming on a brand new camera, so I know the audio is going to be a little echoey. It's gonna sound a little tinny, like, you know, whatever. So I need to get a microphone, but just bear with me. I have everything set to auto, so just bear with me while I play with the camera, but I just got it in and I could not wait to try it out. So this is what we're doing. We're trying out my new camera. Bear with me, and I am coming down from my cold, so I sound a little nasally, but anyway, this video is not about my audio, it is about my message. So I am a single mom. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Haley. This is Sydney. She is 2 years old, just turned 2. Please ignore what is going on behind me. Oh my goodness. This is the epitome of being a YouTube single mom right here. So I woke up today and I was thinking about this last night, that I haven't really talked to you a whole lot about my single mom journey, about my daily life as a single mom. Like, yes, I vlog and I'm very real in my vlogs, and I show goods and bads and all of the above. I was feeling chatty and there's a lot on my mind, and I haven't shared, I guess, a lot of this journey with you guys, even though I share a lot, you know, like I just don't talk about it a whole lot. And you know, where I am now is 1,000% different than where I was a year ago, even. Like a year ago was my rock bottom as a single mom, I should say. And it's just so completely different a whole year later. So I just want to share with you guys a little bit of, I don't know, my journey, I guess, and where I've come, and just tips, and answer some of your questions as well. Enjoy this type of video, give it a thumbs up. I definitely want to answer more questions that you guys have, because I know I didn't give you a whole lot of time on Instagram to ask me the questions. So if you have questions and I didn't answer them, please ask me in the comments below. I am going to try to be as real and open as possible. I guess I'm going to start by answering or reading some of your questions that you have for me. I'll start with this one because it's a really good opening to all of this. How did you prepare to transition to single mom life before it actually happened? I actually mentally knew that I was going to be a single mom, or needed to be a single mom, very early on in the newborn stage of Sydney's life. When she was like probably a couple months old, I knew that that had to happen, but it took me a long time to actually make it happen, because I was so worried and concerned about the how that it stopped me from making the decision that ultimately has made me the happiest. But worrying about finances, babysitter, work, how is this gonna work? I'm stressed out. Like, really the main concern was babysitter, finances, and work. Those were like my main concerns, because obviously you want to be able to provide for your child and you want to be able to work, and Sydney's not in daycare, and my line of work is not like a normal 9 to 5, you know, put her in daycare type of a work. I work nighttime hours. So anyway, that was a huge stressor on me. I just always worried about the how, and I couldn't let go, even though it was a very unhealthy situation for all of us. For all 3 of us, it was a very unhealthy situation. But I think that when you're in a situation, I mean, maybe not, maybe for some of you it's a very easy, just fly by the seat of your pants, let's, you know, make that decision like that. But for me, it wasn't. Even though I knew that that had to happen, it was just very difficult to wrap my head around how was I going to make everything work. I had to stop questioning myself. I had to stop questioning how am I going to make it work, and I had to just turn myself to prayer and to my friends and family who will support me in my decision making, and just know that, hey, everything happens for a reason. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna figure it out. There are resources for me to use. There are friends and family who I can just talk to and turn to for, you know, guidance. Unfortunately, my family lives kind of far away, so I don't have the luxury. If you're in a situation or a relationship that is toxic, that's all I'm gonna say, toxic, either way, all around toxic. I think it's very easy for us to kind of be manipulated in our minds to believe that, so you're constantly questioning yourself. Like, one day you're thinking, I can do this, there are resources, I'm gonna make this happen, and then another day you're like, no, how am I gonna make this happen? You know, it is gonna be difficult, it is gonna be all those things that this person might have said, planted in my head to kind of manipulate and to keep you in that type of mindset. You're not done until you're done. And I heard Tyra Banks one time, this is so random, but I heard her on like a TV interview or a show say that she was in a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, like the person cheated on her or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but she's like, there were so many times that I should have been done, but I just wasn't done. I couldn't let go. And then one day something happened and I was just done. Period. The end. Done. I made up my mind. I was done. It didn't matter how many people told me to be done. It didn't matter how many times I like was hurt or thought I was done. You're not done until you're actually done, and no one can make that decision for you. It happened for me that way. It just, one day something happened and that was it. Like, done. Years or days or weeks or months of living in absolute like desperation, depression, worry, anxiety. It didn't matter. It was all led up to one day and just done. It was so scary. I had no plan, no idea what I was gonna do, no idea how I was gonna just do anything. So I ended up taking a leave of absence from work and just taking some time off. Obviously I didn't have childcare lined up or anything for Sydney, but I did have a nest egg for me to survive off of with Sydney. So luckily I was always good at saving my money, and I had a nest egg to rely on to provide for Sydney and I. And then mentally, like, I just had to go forward with, okay, take today. What are my tasks I have to do today? Things that I had to do, like, to make sure that we were in an okay position. And then we will handle work, we will handle daycare, we will handle everything else as the days come around. And honestly, every single day it got easier and easier. Once, like, at that time on YouTube, I think a year ago, you guys, I was making like $250 a month on YouTube. Maybe. I don't even remember. I mean, what has changed in a year is just absolutely incredible. But like a year ago, my income was like $250 a month from YouTube. So I had to take a leave of absence for my job, live off my nest egg, and $250 a month from YouTube. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I reached out to friends and family for like, hey, can you watch her so I could work this day, or like randomly, and just figure it out. And then I couldn't put my heart and soul into YouTube because I was pretty depressed and emotional and scared, and I just lived in my state of like depression, I guess, for a while. I've been rambling for so long about how I was depressed and it was awful, but I'm sorry. So honestly, you guys, you just have to do it. If you're stuck in a situation where you are debating on it, don't debate. If you are unhappy and the environment is not healthy or happy for you, your child, or the other person involved, your significant other, my advice to you is just go with your gut. Don't worry. Everything is going to work out. You might hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom. God and the universe is going to hand you things when you need them, when you ask for them, when you believe that these things are going to happen for you. Like, you might be in the lowest of lows right now, but I promise you, even within a month, your whole situation can and will look different. I get emotional because if I could just go back 1 year and tell my broken self that, hey, guess what? in a few months, in a year, this is going to be your life. You're going to be so happy. Your income is going to be so different. Your mindset, you're going to be able to breathe. You're going to be able to not have sickening anxiety every single day. Like, oh, I wish I could just go back and just hug that broken person that I was a year ago. Anyway, so I didn't prepare. I worried and worried and worried and worried, which made it worse. And once I made that decision of done, I had no plan, and look at where I am right now. And you guys can be there too. It does not have to be miserable and worrisome. And if that person is toxic and telling you, how are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Blah, blah, blah. Don't listen. Put your earplugs in and do not listen to that person. They're trying to control and manipulate you, and that's not okay. You are not to settle for anyone like that. How do you do it all? How do you remain patient and not stress? You know what? I think everyone has good and bad days. I definitely have more good days than bad days now because I'm so okay with who I am as a person. I'm 31 years old now, and when I was in my 20s, I was so insecure and just not okay with how I looked, who I was. I needed to dress a certain way, I needed to be a certain way, and just, I don't know, the growth that I've done from my 20s to now, I'm like entering my 30s, is so amazing. I'm so much more secure with myself and who I am. So I think that has a lot to do with my patience and just tackling everything by myself. There are some times, yes, I snap at Sydney, and it might be because I'm trying to get work done and she's, you know, being a kid and normal, or throwing a tantrum or crying, and I just have to try to take a step back and breathe and remember, like, she's just a kid, or it's okay, like, things are still gonna get done. But yes, I definitely don't have patience all the time, but I try to. I just try to calmly like communicate with her, and she's a very, very good communicator. So I try to get on her level, give her a lot of attention while I'm doing said thing of my own. Like right now I'm filming, but I like cut things out that you don't see that I might, you know, do with her, you know, like, but I just try to breathe, and honestly, as long as I'm in a good, clear mental state of mind and mindset, and I wake up and I try to be positive, then she's gonna have a more positive day. And our temper tantrums, if we have temper tantrums, I just let her kind of have them, and I don't give in to her if she's whining or crying. I don't give her anything or do anything until she remains calm and asks nicely, uses her manners. How is co-parenting going? How often does Sydney see her dad, and does he give you financial help? So I do get financial help from him, luckily on own goodwill, free will right now, so knock on wood. So that is a huge help. And co-parenting is up and down. So that depends on the day, the week, the month, the situation. The reason why things didn't work out is the reason why co-parenting could be good or bad some days. So yeah, a lot of times it's not the best, and sometimes it's good. There's not a whole lot of interaction between the two of us, and I only work out of the home. I only work out of the home 2 days a week, and that is when he watches her here. And sometimes on a Sunday he might come here, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It's maybe not the most ideal situation for Sydney. I know she would like a lot more, but it's just not, it just doesn't happen, unfortunately. It's so up and down, so I don't know. We try to completely just, if we're around Sydney with the three of us, to just focus on her, and that's it, and there's nothing else that needs to be discussed. It's when there might be issues, you know, through texting or through whatever. It's all up and down, but honestly, we need to, and I say we, meaning like all of us single parents, all of us co-parents, anyone who deals with a partner, co-parenting partner, just try your best to remember that your child does not need to be around any arguing between the parents, because your child is going to start to want to mediate and want to get attention and look at how the other is treating the other parent, and A, think that's okay, which is not okay to see parents, you know, argue or treat people not right. What's this question is, how did you find yourself again? It took me a little while, but honestly, cutting off the toxic and unhealthy environment was the start. And then I found myself through just YouTube, honestly. Having a hobby, YouTube is not a hobby for me, it is my job. It started out as a hobby, it started out as a passion, it's still my passion to this day, but having an outlet that is not just solely 100% my title is mommy and that's it is huge. I think if you're, you know, you want to focus on working out, if you want to focus on painting or photography or whatever it may be, I think that is very important for moms to find something for themselves that they enjoy doing that isn't just solely being a mom. I think you can very easily get lost in just the day-to-day of being a mom and being home all the time, or just maybe you work outside the home, but like I just think it's very important for everyone to have kind of something that they can do for themselves, and for me it's YouTube, and I totally enjoy it and I love it. It's my passion. It is my one thing that I can focus on that isn't just the job title mom, and I do it for me and my child. And someone's saying, what's the most difficult and rewarding part of being a single mom? Okay, so the most difficult part for me is just not ever, I don't know, I feel like I have limitations on what I'm able to do, like going to get my nails done, going to get my hair done, going to the gym, something that I can't do. I don't have family around close to just be able to watch Sydney. I'm sorry, the lighting's kind of all over the place. I'm using natural daylight. I don't have any lights set up right now, so if it's crazy, I'm sorry. But anyway, I think the hardest part is just also having envy of those who are able to go shopping on their own, go grocery shopping on their own, get their eyelashes done because their husband's watching their kids or whoever. And I just think not being able to do those things and having those limitations on myself, like, you know, they definitely get to me, and I get envious and jealous of people who can do those things just free will, or go shopping, or just have alone time. Like, not even alone time, just the freedom to go do those things by themselves is, like, just watching her be happy is like the highlight of my entire existence. I get emotional. I'm such a sap. I'm sorry, you guys. But just honestly, the most rewarding part is just seeing her happy. Like, it really is. If she's just happy and bubbly and running around and laughing and smiling, like, that is the most rewarding part to me of being a mom, like, ever. Knowing, like, hey, your kid's happy, you're clearly doing something good. Like, you're doing a good job. Which I feel like I don't tell myself often enough. As a single mom, you can get trapped in worrying about, like, okay, am I damaging my kid because they don't have the typical family upbringing? But then there are so many of you guys who message me saying you grew up in a single mom home or a single parent home, and you respect your parents greatly and you turned out wonderful. And you know, I just don't want to ever think that she's missing out on something just because of her situation's not the ideal situation. What are your thoughts on online dating? I do not want to do online dating. I just am so in my head against it because I'm nervous and scared and have no idea at all. Don't want to do it. It just, to me, sounds awful, but yet nowadays so many people meet their significant other through online and apps and dating, and I just, I don't want to do it at all. But yeah, I just have no idea how I'm going to start dating, but I guess I shouldn't worry about the how and when and why. I just need to pray it into existence and get myself out there more. Like, I don't know, I need to put myself in situations where I can meet someone great, but I just feel like online dating is, I don't know, I don't want to do it. I don't want to say never because, you know, I definitely want to get married someday. Like, for me, I hate dating. The nerves, like, it's super cute, yay, have butterflies and get nervous. But no, I don't like to get to know someone. I just want to instantly like jump in and be comfortable, because I just don't want to get to know someone and go on dates and it's just not my thing. I've never been a dater. The people who I end up in relationships with, like I've only been in a couple, 3 serious relationships in my entire life. I've only ever like dated them. Like I've never dated around or whatever. Not a question, which sorry about, but I love y'all and your videos. I love you. Thank you so much for your love and support. The amount of love and support that I get every single day from you guys is absolutely incredible. And to think that I am just such a normal person and mom, that I could inspire and motivate you guys is just absolutely incredible, because I don't know, I never dreamed that that would become of my channel, and I'm so proud of it. I'm just so proud. How do you get things done around the house? So I've had to learn to let things go. I just have. I don't have a significant other having expectations of me. I don't put expectations on myself a whole lot like I used to. I had to. I mean, clearly my couch is crazy right now. You should see my house. But some days I have to just let the cleaning go so that we can go play. Some days I have to clean all day and let my appearance go. I've had to learn to just be okay with not having everything perfect all the time. And by no means am I perfect, that's for sure. You just get through your day by tackling like one task at a time. Don't worry about everything on your plate for the rest of the day, for the rest of the month. Just take one thing at a time, because if you don't take one thing at a time, then you are going to get so overwhelmed and anxious and in a ball of mess. It's not going to be pretty. So just take one thing at a time. I'm going to end this video here. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and thank you for listening to me be chatty and rambly. And sometimes it's very good and healthy to get things off your chest as well, and just to chat about them. But I just want to encourage all of you who maybe are handling being a single mom, or knowing that might be your future. Don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. It really is, and it can. Don't listen to anyone telling you otherwise, because I am here to tell you, I came from a horrible place to now you just do it on your own, and you go through it. And instead of worrying about like, oh my word, I have to do all of these things, you just do one thing at a time and you get through your day. And that's, all that you can do. Get through your day. Everything's going to be okay. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.
Never up, never down.